Hey friends, welcome to Holiday Bars, the warm review. I just did my cold sniff first impression a few days ago. I warmed these bars. Most of them I warmed all the way through, except Frosted Eucalyptus. I still have some to go. Not because it's a bad bar, just because of the space that I had to warm and test scents. And I wanted to jump on here and film my warm review and give you those thoughts. So I have my notes pulled up here. Let's just say I have a couple that I really like, one that's in the middle, and a couple that didn't perform super well. I don't think this is a very holiday collection. I said that during my cold sniff impression. Not a single bar of this screams holiday to me. One of them, the Festive Fruit Punch, screams very much fall. Caramel Macadamia Nut screams very much like spring summer bakery. Nothing is giving me holiday vibes from this collection. So in that context, I'm disappointed in it just because I don't feel like this is a holiday collection. A collection as a whole, it's okay. Definitely not one of my favorite collections that SCENTSY has done. I'm very much looking forward to Scents of the Season. I think that's going to be much more at my alley, but there still are a couple of really great bars from this bunch. So let's start with my thoughts. These first two I'm going to talk about together because, to be honest with you, both of them were pretty forgettable and both of them didn't perform that well for me. And that is Snowed in Flannel and Jingle Bell Blooms. So both of these for me were bedroom worms. I melted one in the wax room, one in my bedroom, full clam each. Both of them were pretty much on the light to non-existent side. Snowed in Flannel, I'd have to say, if I was ranking them, would be the last one, the bottom 5, just because it really didn't throw. I like the scent of this. Snowed in Flannel has notes of soft layers of cozy cotton, warm up sugared musk, white woods, and a sprinkle of pink pepper. It's definitely a body care laundry fragrance, but the laundry is soft. It's a very pretty bar, but it was practically non-existent on cold. When I say non-existent, the first, I would say hour to 2 hours, I smelled nothing. I mean, I would walk into this room, everything was pulled out, and I got a 0 out of 10. Absolutely nothing. Then I shut this door, went about my business. Hour or so later, came in, opened this door up, and I could smell it, but maybe like a 3 out of 10. And if I'm using a whole bar in a room, it should perform. So it's a pretty scent, but just wish this one was stronger because I do like the fragrance of it, but not one that I would get again. And you can't get any of these individually unless you put them in a club. So this collection, this 5-bar bundle, is available on October 1st for $25. But you can't just purchase one of the bars or 2 of the bars. If you just want a few of them based on scent notes and watching reviews, you have to put them in a club. I have like a one and done club open right now that I'm holding a few things. So if I get enough of these bars, then eventually I'll let it ship. And there's a couple in here I do want to put in that one and done club. But just FYI, that's how you can go about picking these bars up. So similar story for Jingle Bell Blooms. This one I do think was stronger than the Snowed in Flannel. This one has notes of winter jasmine blooms in crisp air with twinkles of iridescent musk. A pretty musky, perfumey bedroom scent. The musk in here very much reminds me of Ocean Shimmer. Ocean Shimmer is much more aquatic and it has those other notes. This is a similar base, I feel like, to Ocean Shimmer with that musk, but this one's much more floral and perfumey. Stronger than the Snowed in Flannel, but I would say this was like a 4 or 5 out of 10. Again, used it in the whole bar in my bedroom. Was it a nice background scent? Sure, but I'm not really in the market to be purchasing scents that I know are background scents. I can appreciate a background scent, and there are a lot of scents that I don't mind being a little bit lighter, but if I'm putting a whole bar of something in a bedroom, I want to smell it. Like point blank, I want to smell it. So those two, as much as they are pretty fragrances, just did not perform well for me at all. Next, taking like the third spot, is Frosted Eucalyptus. Now, I didn't warm this whole bar just because I put this in my third bedroom and I just don't have as many warmers in there. And so I only put half of the bar in the warmers that I have in that bedroom. This is a great performer. This one is Sparkling Bergamot, Eucalyptus Leaves, White Sage, and Creamy Sandalwood meet in a balanced moment of calm and bright. I definitely get the bergamot. I get the eucalyptus. It's very spa-like. Maybe a touch menthol-y, but not quite. I mean, you get a lot of bergamot from this, but I feel like it's stepping a toe into the Vicks VapoRub menthol camp. But I still get a lot of the bergamot and just the sage. I get the herbs in this, and it's a great performer. This was very strong. Now, the only reason that this sits at number 3 and it's not one that I'm going to get more of, just because I didn't love the scent. It's pretty, it's enjoyable. If you like spa, herbaceous types of fragrances, mint, you would probably really love this one. But it just didn't stand out to me as something that I need more of, but a great performer. So not one I'm going to pick up more of, but definitely a better performer than the Jingle Bell Blooms and the Snowed In Flannel. And then I will finish off that bar probably in the bathrooms. Okay, and then the last two. I love these. The Festive Fruit Punch and the Caramel Macadamia Nut. Both of these are definitely going in that one and done club. I need more of these. I love them. So let's start with Festive Fruit Punch. I have started watching some reviews now that I've warmed them and I kind of gathered my thoughts about the bar. Last night, I started watching Chris's video, and her reaction to this bar was cracking me up because she clearly hates it and she doesn't understand why anybody would like it. And I very much disagree because this is an amazing bar, but you have to like fall feeling. So Festive Fruit Punch. I melted this one in my living room, the whole bar of it. This is Oak Barrel, holds a jubilant celebration of orange, apple, and raspberry. To me, and it's so funny because this is what I thought about it too. And then I watched Chris's video and she described it exactly how I would describe it, but I like it and she doesn't. This is fall feeling plus fruit. If you've had fall feeling, I just talked about it in an Empties not too long ago. I think not as many people like it because it's a very earthy fall dried leaves fragrance. It reminds me of Leaves from Bath and Body Works, but like you made it extra earthy. I don't think everybody likes that scent. I love that scent. It's a very atmospheric, spicy fall fragrance. I think it's very much kind of a conceptual scent, and it just makes me think of being like outside in the woods in fall. I love a fall feeling so much. I just blended it with Golden Garland recently, and it was one of the best melting days that I have had in a long time. But I know that not everybody likes that scent, but that's what I get from this bar. I get fall feeling, but you add a little bit of fruit. So if I had to pick between those two bars, I would prefer fall feeling. That's still, I like better than this Festive Fruit Punch, but this is very nice. And since I can't get fall feeling anymore, but I can get this one, I definitely want to put a few bars of this in a one and done club and just grab a few more because I love this type of scent. And if fall feeling or those types of fragrances are really controversial, if not that many people love them, it might take longer for them to come back, which is okay. But if I can get a few bars, I will be happy. I said I melted this in my living room and it filled up that whole space. So do you guys like fall feeling? Let me know in the comments down below if it's a love or hate bar for you, but if you like it, I think you would really enjoy the festive fruit punch. And then lastly, probably my number one bar is the caramel macadamia nut, which I am surprised about because I am not a big bakery person, but this one was really beautiful on warm. I melted this bar in my kitchen. This is caramelized sugar and creamy tonka melts into toasted macadamia. And I was melting it and I was trying to figure out what it reminded me of or how best to describe it. And then I finally figured it out. Let me see if I can find the perfume here. Brazilian Crush Cheirosa 71. This is that scent. This one has notes of caramelized vanilla and macadamia nut. Sea salt, tonka bean, yeah. Very similar fragrance. I don't know if that is the vibe that SCENTSY was going for, but if you like Brazilian Crush Cheirosa 71, you're gonna love caramel macadamia nut. And actually Summer hates this scent. And so I texted her last night. I said, FYI, you're not gonna like this bar because to me, it's very similar. It might not be a direct dupe. I would have to really compare and see, and I haven't done that, but very similar notes, and that is the vibe that I got from this bar, 100%. Great performer. This was so pretty in my kitchen. I really like this one. Now, again, it doesn't lean holiday to me. Honestly, I think this is a really good summer bakery because there's no spice to it or anything that leans fall or holiday. It's just a classic bakery, like toasted macadamia nut. This is so, so pretty. And the tonka bean almost makes it a little bit perfumey in some ways too. So I don't know if they were trying to dupe it. The Velvet, what is that one in the catalog now? The Velvet Cashmere Woods or whatever that scent is called gives me Delicia Drench vibes. And so I don't know if they're trying to kind of play off of popular fragrances out there. It would be smart of them to do that. I think that would be a great route for them to go after. So I don't know if that's the intention, but this is really nice. So the caramel macadamia nut and the festive fruit punch are by far the two favorites. These are the ones I'm going to put in a one and done club at some point to have it ship. I loved the Apple Harvest Dreams from the Harvest collection. So I'll wait until Scents of the Season and then I'll just get one and kind of ship them all together. So I only pay shipping for, one time. But really loved these two. Frosted Eucalyptus, like I said, was a very pretty bar. It was a good performer, but not entirely up my scent alley. And then unfortunately the Snowden Flannel and the Jingle Bell Blooms, I enjoyed the scent of these, but they just didn't perform to the way that I would have wanted them to, so not a repurchase. But that is it. Those are my warm reviews of the holiday collection. Really hope that you guys enjoyed hearing all my thoughts, and I would love to hear what you all think of this collection as well. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Scents of the Season coming out and just new holiday goodies. This collection launches on my website or your consultant's website on the 1st of October in this 5-pack bundle for $25, along with a variety of other holiday items. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.